All right, troop, gather round, because today we're breaking every rule the jungle ever gave you about money. These are 10 habits that look completely irresponsible from the outside, but are quietly building serious long-term wealth. And yeah, I personally do every single one of these, have done for years. The troop thinks I'm reckless. My compound interest disagrees. Judge me when you're retired early. Let's start with the one that makes financial advisors physically uncomfortable. I do not throw extra bananas at my mortgage every month. I said it. The conventional wisdom in the jungle is pay off debt fast, become debt-free as soon as possible, sleep soundly at night. Sounds responsible. It's mathematically wrong in most cases, and I'll show you exactly why. Here's what the corpo monkeys never explain. If your mortgage rate is sitting at 3% and the S&P 500 has returned roughly 10% per year historically, every extra pound you dump into your mortgage is a pound not compounding at that higher rate. You're choosing a guaranteed 3% return over a historically likely 10% return. Over 20 years, that gap turns into a life-changing sum of money. We're talking potentially hundreds of thousands of pounds in difference. The Silverback doesn't fear cheap debt. They use it strategically. High-interest debt, credit cards, payday loans, anything above 8 or 9%, obliterate that first. Absolutely no argument there. But a low fixed-rate mortgage? That is some of the cheapest capital you will ever access in your entire financial life. Respect it. Use it wisely. Number 2, I pay for convenience, shamelessly and without hesitation. Grocery delivery, a cleaner twice a month, meal prep boxes. The troop raises an eyebrow every time. I keep going. Here's the real maths. If you earn 50 pounds per hour and you spend 3 hours every Saturday doing tasks you could outsource for $30, you've traded 150 pounds worth of your finite time for $30 in savings. You lost 120 pounds. That's not frugality. That's being genuinely terrible at arithmetic. Time is the one asset you cannot buy back under any circumstances. The Silverback guards their energy jealously for the activities that compound and generate real income. Number 3, I genuinely do not care about the latte factor. Graham from accounting has been lecturing the troop for years that the $4 morning coffee is why nobody's building wealth. Graham is wrong. The real wealth destroyers in this jungle are the $28,000 car financed at 18% because you wanted to look successful. The $15,000 wedding put on a credit card because the troop was watching. The annual phone upgrade on a payment plan every single year. Those decisions collectively cost tens of thousands of pounds across a lifetime. Your coffee costs $1.80 a month. Stop auditing your coffee. Start auditing your big decisions. That's where the real damage hides. Number 4, I have no rigid monthly budget, and I've been consistently investing for years. Before you close this tab, just hear me out. Traditional budgeting is reactive. You earn, then you manually decide how to split things every month, which requires willpower every single cycle without fail. I flip the system entirely. The day I get paid, investments leave automatically. ISA contributions, index funds, emergency fund top-up, all gone before I even see the number. What's left? I spend freely, without guilt or a spreadsheet in sight. Paying yourself first removes the willpower problem completely. Automate the Silverback decisions. Spend the rest however you want. Number 5, I keep significantly more cash than any finance influencer would recommend. Most say 3 to 6 months of expenses. I keep closer to 12. And before anyone shouts about inflation eating your returns, short-term T-bills and money market funds are paying real interest right now. The cash is working, just not aggressively. But the deeper reason is optionality. When the jungle panics, and it always does eventually, the monkey with a full cash reserve is calmly buying quality assets at a discount. The one with zero buffer is desperately liquidating good positions at the worst possible time just to cover their monthly bills. Cash is ammunition. Silverbacks stay well loaded at all times. Number 6. I pay full price for quality items without apology. Not for everything, but for things I use every single day, I buy the best I can afford, and I keep it for a decade without thinking about replacements. Cheap vines snap. You know this from your own experience. You bought the cheaper version, it broke in 6 months, you replaced it, and you spent more in total than the quality option would have cost from day one. A 300-pound pair of shoes worn daily for 8 years costs less per wear than a 60-pound pair replaced every year. Cost per use is the real metric. The Troop hates large upfront numbers. The Silverback runs the full lifetime calculation every time. Number 7. I started investing before I felt remotely ready, years before I fully understood it. This might genuinely be the most important thing I say in this entire video. Every monkey in the jungle is waiting to understand it better, waiting for the perfect moment, waiting until they earn more. But compounding is running right now, just not for them. A monkey who invests 200 pounds a month from age 22 will retire with more money than one investing 400 pounds a month starting at 32. That's not smarter stock picking. That's not a cleverer strategy. That is purely the power of time in the market working silently for decades. The jungle does not wait for you to feel ready. Plant the trees before you're hungry. Number 8, when the market crashes, I do absolutely nothing. I hold, I breathe, I eat a banana, and occasionally I buy more at the discounted prices. Every crash feels uniquely terrible from the inside. The Troop is panic selling, the corpo monkeys are posting dramatic breakdowns online, the news is all doom and collapse. Then the market recovers, as it always has, without a single exception in modern financial history. The monkeys who sold at the bottom of the 2020 COVID crash locked in real, permanent losses, and then watched one of the fastest bull market recoveries ever recorded happen without them. Volatility is not risk. Permanent loss is risk. Know the difference deeply and act accordingly every single time. Number 9. I decline social spending without explanation and without guilt. The Troop is quietly one of the most expensive things in your financial life. Group holidays, rounds at the pub, elaborate birthday dinners, festival weekends, gift pools for people you barely know. Left unchecked, this easily drains 2, 3, even 4,000 pounds a year, with absolutely nothing to show for it. No asset, no memory that changes your life, just money that vanished. I choose deliberately. Experiences that genuinely matter to me, I spend on fully and enjoy completely. The ones driven purely by obligation or FOMO, I decline with a simple, I can't make that one work, and I move on immediately. No guilt, no lengthy explanation, no performance for the Troop. The Silverback does not justify their financial decisions to anyone, not once. Your financial boundaries are not up for debate or group approval. And number 10, the habit that ties every single one of these together, I protect the gap. As my income has grown over the years, my lifestyle has grown too, but always at a fraction of the income growth rate. Slowly, deliberately, intentionally. The gap is simply the difference between what you earn and what you spend. Just that single number. And it determines how fast you build wealth more powerfully than your investment returns, your salary level, or anything else. The entire corpo monkey economy exists to close your gap. Cars on finance, subscription creep, status upgrades at every income milestone. They win when your gap shrinks to zero. The Silverback wins by widening the gap year after year, consistently, without drama. Not by living miserably, by being deeply intentional. Every income increase means more trees planted, more bananas compounding, more financial freedom accumulating while you sleep. None of these require a finance degree, a special app, or a complicated system to execute. It simply comes down to the single premise: invest more of what you earn than you spend, and watch it grow. They just require thinking slightly differently to the average monkey in the jungle, and being completely at peace with standing apart from the troop when it matters most. The discomfort of being different is temporary. The wealth it builds is permanent. If this video hit different, smash the subscribe button and drop a comment below telling me which one of these 10 you're putting into action starting this week. I read every single one. Now go plant some trees, troop. The Silverback is watching.